Would you believe me if I told you that a withered, bone-dry branch, seemingly dead and forgotten in the corner of your garden, would have its fierce survival instinct awakened in just 48 hours, only to confidently push out vibrant, white roots in the weeks that follow? At first glance, this sounds like pure fantasy or a ridiculous joke from someone who has never touched dirt. For years, we have bitterly accepted the truth that plant propagation is a sheer game of roulette, a brutal test of patience, only to be rewarded at the end of the day with a pile of rotting, mold-infested twigs. We are so used to throwing our money away on expensive chemical rooting hormones and complicated propagation gadgets, convinced that only those born with a green thumb possess the divine power to create life. But today, let's leave all those prejudices behind. The profound wisdom of nature is not nearly that complex or expensive. Together, we are going to unpack an ancient secret, a quiet masterclass passed down through generations of Eastern gardening sages, powerful enough to shatter every barrier to plant propagation. This is the art of coaxing the will to survive from the most seemingly hopeless places, using incredibly humble ingredients you can find right now in your own kitchen. If you have ever felt the heartbreak of tossing out a beloved heirloom rose or a rare fruit tree cutting because you thought it was beyond saving, then once you fully grasped the heart of this message, you will never make that mistake again. By the way, before we dive into the secret of this master technique, I am truly curious. From what corner of the world are you watching this film? What is the climate like where you live? And are you currently tending to your own patch of earth or a modest potted plant? In every land, in every nation, nature teaches humanity different lessons, forging a rich and diverse agricultural identity. If you are practicing a seed-sowing secret passed down from your grandparents, or a brilliant gardening hack born from the soil of your homeland, please generously leave a few lines in the comments below. We are not just here to consume a video. We are here to connect and build a community of nature lovers, a place where precious knowledge and brilliant tips from across the globe can be shared and preserved forever. Returning to our story, before we roll up our sleeves and get to work, we must deeply understand the profound mechanics of nature. Propagation, at its core, is not about jamming a stick into the dirt and praying. It is the ultimate art of cloning. You are creating a flawless genetic replica, preserving every single outstanding trait of the mother plant, without risking the unpredictable mutations of seed sowing. Our single greatest challenge is this: how do we convince this severed little stump to forget that it was once a sun-basking branch and start behaving and growing like a root system anchored deep in the earth? Commercial horticulture and the modern agricultural industry often urge us to hunt down lush, tender green shoots, believing them to be the ultimate source of natural auxin growth hormones. But the Eastern masters view things from a completely different paradigm. They look at hardwood branches, stiff, dry, and locked in deep dormancy, with absolute reverence. They know perfectly well that hidden beneath those rustic protective layers and those seemingly dehydrated cells lies the complete, unblemished blueprint of a magnificent tree. That branch isn't dead. It is simply submerged in a deep sleep to conserve energy. And what they use is not a synthetic chemical that forces the plant to unnaturally produce roots, but a biological key that triggers the plant's immune system, establishing an absolute safe zone so the plant can harness its own inner vitality. This key is a humble yet explosively powerful miracle elixir, blended from two ingredients you likely have within arm's reach right now. The first is an aspirin tablet. Yes, you heard that right, the exact same pill you swallow when a headache strikes. Aspirin contains acetylsalicylic acid, an incredibly close relative to salicylic acid, the exact compound that plants automatically synthesize the moment they are attacked by bacteria. When you soak an open, freshly cut branch in an aspirin solution, You are sending a fierce biological command directly into the plant's nervous system. Activate your immune defenses and heal yourself. Triggered by this, instead of weakly waiting for death, the cells at the wound site jolt awake, rapidly forming callus tissue to seal the injury. This is the non-negotiable prerequisite, the rock-solid foundation from which the plant's endogenous hormones will confidently push forth new roots. The second ingredient, stepping in as a gentle protector alongside the fierce action of aspirin, is pure, raw honey. Why honey? When you use your shears to sever a branch, you have just created an open, sap-bleeding wound. In the natural world, an open wound is an irresistible dinner invitation to millions of fungal spores and rot-inducing bacteria, the #1 serial killers of all plant cuttings. Honey steps in as the ultimate, soothing, natural sterile bandage. It coats the cut, forging an impenetrable antibacterial shield. Beyond that, the massive dose of simple sugars in the honey permeates the cutting, directly pumping in an immediate surge of energy to fuel the highly exhausting process of cell division. Aspirin rings the alarm bell. Honey protects and refuels. This 1-2 punch obliterates every obstacle, engineering a flawless environment so the plant can confidently finish the rest of nature's work. Meticulousness is the backbone of all great achievements, so you simply cannot ignore the mixing ratio. The precise formula demands exactly one standard 325 mg aspirin tablet uncoated. The absence of a shiny enteric coating is critical to ensure it fizzes and dissolves 100% into the water without leaving any chalky residue. Next, you need exactly 1 tablespoon of raw, unpasteurized honey. Do not even think about using industrial honey that has been heated or cut with sugar syrup. The high-temperature processing has already murdered all the beneficial biological enzymes. Finally, 1 liter of pure water. The absolute gold standard is rainwater, as it is naturally soft and chlorine-free. If you must use tap water, fill a bucket and leave it exposed to the open air for 24 hours so the chlorine gas can completely evaporate. Crush the aspirin into a fine powder, stir it into the water until dissolved, and then slowly pour in the honey. Stir vigorously until that thick ribbon of honey is completely integrated, leaving you with a slightly cloudy liquid. Your miracle elixir is now ready. However, no matter how miraculous the elixir is, choosing the right candidate is an art form in itself. You are hunting for semi-hardwood cuttings. This term refers to branches born from this year's growth cycle, sturdy, starting to turn woody, but not yet transformed into an old graying husk. The easiest visual rule of thumb: look for segments roughly the thickness of a standard pencil. Snip off a straight section about 15 to 20 centimeters long, and pay crucial attention to this detail. It absolutely must possess at least 3 to 4 nodes, or leaf joints. Nodes are the epicenters where dormant stem cells and the seeds of life are most densely packed. It is precisely from these swelling points that the very first root fibers will physically push through. Naturally, immediately discard any branches carrying signs of disease. You are selecting a warrior. Choose the absolute healthiest one. Now we enter the ruthless yet vital preparation phase. First, ruthlessly strip away all the leaves from the bottom 2/3 of the cutting. Plant leaves constantly transpire water into the atmosphere. Once severed from its root system, if you allow a cutting to keep too many leaves, it will rapidly bleed out its own water reserves and die of thirst. You should only retain 1 to 2 leaves at the very tip, and if those leaves are massive, take your shears and snip them in half. Next, take a razor-sharp knife and make a 45-degree angled cut at the base, positioned exactly 1/2 centimeter below a leaf node. This angled cut maximizes the surface area for drawing up water. And here is the closely guarded secret strike. Using the blade of your knife, carefully scrape away a thin layer of bark about 3 to 5 centimeters long to the very bottom of the stem, doing this on 2 opposing sides. This action tears away the outer armor and exposes the pale green cambium layer, the biological transit highway for nutrients and the housing for the plant's stem cells. By shaving off this bark, you are blasting open a massive gateway for the aspirin and honey solution to thoroughly saturate the heart of the wood. Remember this above all else. Your tools absolutely must be sterilized with medical rubbing alcohol. A jagged, crushed cut will pulverize the water-conducting veins, immediately transforming into a festering infection that will kill your cutting on the spot. Next, plunge the base of your prepared cuttings into a glass of the miracle elixir, ensuring the scraped areas are deeply submerged. The optimal soaking window is 12 to 24 hours. Here is a life or death detail. This soaking process must occur in the cool shade. Blazing sunlight will heat the water, trigger a massive bacterial bloom, and severely dehydrate the cutting. We need the branch to remain in a state of absolute zen, focusing every ounce of its energy on absorbing the salicylic acid and the sugars from the honey. While they soak, prepare your nursery bed. Banish any thought of using rich, nutrient-dense potting soil. Heavy topsoil traps far too much water, suffocating the base and rolling out the red carpet for mold. The ultimate propagation medium only needs to do 3 things: hold the cutting upright, retain a modest amount of moisture, and provide air pockets so the roots can physically breathe. The golden ratio is 50% coarse sand and 50% perlite. This blend engineers a flawlessly clean, sterile, and hyper-aerated incubator. Lightly moisten this mixture. Remember, it must be damp, never waterlogged. Once the soaking clock runs out, use a chopstick to pre-poke holes 5 to 7 centimeters deep into the medium. Gently lower your cuttings into the holes so the wounded sections are completely buried. Then, softly press the sand around them to secure the base. Take your leftover miracle elixir and lightly drizzle it across the surface of the medium as a final protective blessing. You have now reached the ultimate boss battle, keeping the plant alive when it literally has no mouth to drink. The solution is stunningly simple. Drape a clear plastic bag over the rim of the pot and tie it down tight. You have just engineered a miniature greenhouse. The trapped air will swell with water vapor rising from the medium, ensuring the cutting does not lose a single drop of its internal moisture, actively preserving its life force to regenerate roots. Park this pot in a cool spot, bathed in soft, dappled light. Direct sunlight hitting that plastic dome will literally boil your cutting alive. The second most fatal mistake is constant watering. The plastic dome has locked the moisture inside, so absolutely do not pour another drop of water onto the base for the entire first week. The only task required of you is to crack the plastic dome open for exactly 5 minutes a day to ventilate. In this hypersensitive phase, less is always more. You might be wondering, what exactly is the significance of the 48-hour milestone? Outside of a few ridiculously easy herbaceous plants like willow or pothos that can explode with roots overnight, for the vast majority of stubborn, woody plants, 48 hours is the ultimate biological tipping point. It is the exact window where the life or death war is won. Within these 48 hours, the aspirin and honey have completely neutralized the threat of infection, locked down energy depletion, and forced the plant to construct a callus over its wounds. The stump is no longer in a panicked state, fighting off death. It has successfully redirected its entire reservoir of natural vitality, its most precious endogenous auxin hormones, to trigger the subterranean construction of roots. Even if your naked eye cannot see the roots extending just yet, the physical rooting process has been spectacularly ignited within. The weeks that follow are nothing more than the inevitable unfolding of nature. The most magical moment of all will strike when you stroll out to the garden and suddenly spot a tiny green dot rupturing through a leaf node, reaching upward into a fragile young shoot. That is the moment the cutting is joyfully announcing the underground water pumping system is fully operational. Do not rush to rip the plastic dome off and throw it into the blazing sun. You must harden it off by opening the dome for 1 hour on the first day, 2 hours the next, pacing it out over a full week so the tender leaves can naturally coat themselves in a protective wax to survive the outside world. After that, simply and gently transplant the entire root ball into rich, fertile soil and give it a deep watering. The journey from a dead-looking piece of firewood to a radiant, breathing new life has never been dark magic. It is the breathtaking application of botanical science, perfectly intertwined with a deep humility before the laws of nature. By leveraging aspirin to shock the callous awake, honey to shield and nourish, and dappled shade and humidity domes to embrace the plant, you have successfully mastered the art of creation, empowering the plant to use its own internal forces to save its own life. Nature hides its most colossal powers inside the most ordinary, mundane things, just waiting for us to get quiet enough to notice. Right now, with this secret sitting entirely in your hands, step out into the garden, pick up a branch you thought was hopeless, and launch your own journey of awakening life. Because at the very end of the gardening path, we aren't just germinating plants. We are germinating hope and a profound sense of peace within our own souls.